On behalf of One Locals to Ben County family and hundreds of others across New York State, local lawmakers were in Albany today to push for new legislation. The bill hopes to extend the amount of time murderers and violent offenders have to wait before they can apply for parole. And for the Robie family of Savona in Steuben County, that extension means less heartache. WENY's Samantha Potter was in Albany today and spoke with the Robies on why this bill is so important to their family.
Years later, and it's still being called common sense legislation, a bill that would keep murderers and sexual predators behind bars longer. Yet some members of the New York State Assembly can't seem to agree.
The question was asked, think about the person you love the most.
Now think about losing them in a horrible, horrific, violent act. Now think about reliving that act.
For families like the Robies, that's a nightmare they relive every 18 months. Their 4-year-old son, Derek, was brutally murdered in a wooded area just outside their home in Savona in 1993. Derek's killer, 13-year-old Eric Smith, was sentenced to 9 years to life in prison, meaning Dale and Dory and other members of the Robie family are forced to relive their son's death at least every 2 years and fear his killer could walk the streets.
It's very hard because I have to kind of deal with backlash from people. A lot of people blame me for what happened, so I have to deal with that every couple years.
Which is why, with their son's picture in hand and memory always close to their hearts, they're fighting to change being forced to relive his death, with legislation to extend the amount of time violent offenders like Smith are eligible for parole from 2 years to 5 years.
Certainly this legislation is not going to fill the hole in their hearts for the loss of a loved one, but certainly can make it a little bit easier so they have to go through this ordeal every 18 months.
This is all new to us. I'm just a school teacher living in the country, but this is our opportunity to do.
Dale and Dory both say as they get ready to leave Albany and head back home, they have a good feeling this time around is the time it passes. Reporting in Albany, Samantha Potter, WENY News.
And the Robies just dealt with Smith's 8th parole hearing in April, where his parole was once again denied. He'll be eligible again in 2018. Last year, the state Senate passed the bill to extend parole, but the Assembly never acted on it. And we should know whether it's passed by mid-June when the session ends.